Imagine waking up to 600,000 people without a roof over their heads. That's the reality for America today. Across our great nation, from the sun-kissed beaches of Florida to the bustling streets of New York, the Lone Star State of Texas to the Golden State of California, homelessness is not just a problem, it's a crisis. What's even more startling is the contrast we observe when we turn our attention to the plight of migrants. Thousands upon thousands are seeking refuge within our borders, with these 4 states serving as major gateways. The resources directed towards addressing these 2 issues, however, present a staggering disparity. In the state of Texas, renowned for its southern hospitality, in 2022, an estimated 93,000 citizens were grappling with homelessness, with Dallas having the largest homelessness population in the state. Yet resources are being stretched thin as the state grapples with an influx of migrants at its southern border. Now, let's travel west to California, home to the largest homeless population in the country, in 2022 with an estimated 182,000 people living on the streets, with Los Angeles having the largest homelessness population in the nation. Simultaneously, it's a beacon of hope for many migrants. The allocation of resources here is a matter of fierce debate. Down south in sunny Florida, in 2022, over 600,000 citizens were without a home, with Pinellas County with the highest concentration of any county in Florida. Yet, the state continues to be a prime destination for migrants, straining its resources. Finally, New York, the Empire State, in 2022 struggled with over 92,000 homeless citizens, with over 60,000 being in New York City. Despite this, it continues to receive large numbers of migrants, adding to the strain on its resources. The question we're left with is this: are we as a nation effectively managing these crises? Are we striking a balance between compassion for those seeking a better life and the needs of our own citizens who are down on their luck? And more importantly, are we doing enough? As we delve deeper, we question, are we handling this crisis effectively? We turn to the experts, those who wrestle with these issues daily, for insights and explanations. When it comes to tackling homelessness and immigration, the challenges differ significantly across state lines and political parties. Let's hear what those on the front lines have to say. In the heart of Texas, where Republican leadership reigns, governed by Governor Greg Abbott, experts highlight the pressure of managing increased immigration. They grapple with providing basic needs for newcomers while ensuring the safety and well-being of existing residents. Balancing these responsibilities is nothing less than a tightrope walk. Over on the West Coast, in Democrat-led California, governed by Gavin Newsom, a similar story unfolds. However, the focus shifts towards homelessness. Experts express their struggles with rising housing costs, mental health issues, and the lack of affordable services. They're constantly seeking innovative ways to provide shelter for those who have none, while also addressing the root causes of homelessness. Heading east, we find Florida, governed by Ron DeSantis, another Republican stronghold. Here, experts cite the unique challenge of handling both issues simultaneously. The influx of immigrants and rising homelessness rates create a double-edged sword, necessitating a multifaceted approach that takes into account the needs of both groups. Finally, in New York, led by Democrats governed by Kathy Hochul, the fight against homelessness takes on a new dimension. Here, experts discuss the struggle of managing a densely populated city with limited space. The challenge is not only to provide immediate shelter, but also to create sustainable, long-term solutions that prevent homelessness from recurring. Across all these states, regardless of political affiliation, one common theme emerges: the need for comprehensive, holistic solutions. As one expert puts it, addressing immigration and homelessness isn't about choosing sides, it's about choosing humanity. But as we delve deeper, it becomes clear that these challenges aren't confined to just these 4 states. They are national issues, demanding national attention and action. As we've heard, this is a complex issue with no easy solutions. But what does this mean for you, the American taxpayer? Well, it's all about the dollars and cents. Taxpayers in states like Texas, California, Florida, and New York are directly impacted by the challenges and actions taken to address the issues of migrants and homeless citizens. Let's break it down. State budgets are finite, and every dollar spent on one issue is a dollar taken away from another. The funds allocated to manage migrant and homeless populations can be substantial, and these costs inevitably fall on the shoulders of the taxpayers. Consider the strain on public services. Increased demand for education, healthcare, and social services can lead to overburdened systems. Schools may become overcrowded, healthcare facilities might struggle to cope, and social service agencies could find themselves stretched thin. These are not abstract problems. They are real issues that can affect the quality of life for all citizens. Moreover, there are indirect financial implications. A rise in homelessness can lead to a decrease in property values, affecting homeowners and real estate investors. The presence of large migrant populations can impact local economies in various ways, both positive and negative. For instance, while migrants can contribute to economic growth by filling labor gaps, they may also compete with local workers for jobs, potentially driving down wages. It's also important to remember that taxes are more than just numbers on a page. They represent our collective contribution to society, our investment in the future. When those funds are diverted to manage crises, it can limit the resources available for other important initiatives like infrastructure development, environmental conservation, and education reform. So, what's the bottom line? The handling of migrant and homeless issues in these states represents a significant financial commitment, and that commitment is borne by taxpayers, like you. The decisions made by our leaders today will impact not just the current budget, but also the financial health of our states for years to come. As taxpayers, we bear the brunt of these crises. But it's important to remember, we also hold the power to influence how our tax dollars are spent. By staying informed and engaged, we can help ensure our money is put to the best possible use. Yet awareness is the first step towards change. And that's what we're here for today, folks. It's easy to get caught up in our daily lives, to put our heads down and focus on what's right in front of us. But when we do that, we miss the bigger picture, the broader issues that affect us all as a nation. You see, the challenges we've discussed today, the handling of migrants, the plight of our homeless citizens, the impact on our taxes, these aren't isolated incidents. They're part of a larger narrative, a narrative that's being written by the decisions we make, the leaders we elect, and the actions we take. And that's where you come in. Because every single one of you, from the sunny shores of California to the bustling streets of New York, from the vast plains of Texas to the vibrant cities of Florida, has a role to play in this narrative. You've got a voice that needs to be heard, a vote that needs to be cast. But it doesn't stop there. It's not just about ticking a box every 4 years. It's about staying engaged, staying informed. It's about lobbying for the issues you care about, volunteering your time and resources to make a difference. It's about standing up for what you believe in, even when it's tough, even when it's unpopular. Because it's when we come together as a nation, when we rally around the issues that matter, that's when we create real, lasting change. That's when we start to see improvements, not just in the lives of migrants or homeless citizens, but in the lives of every single American. So, let's not wait for someone else to step up. Let's not pass the buck or turn a blind eye. Let's take responsibility. Let's take action. Whether it's in Texas, California, Florida, New York, or any other state, let's make sure our leaders know where we stand. Let's make sure they're working for us, not against us. Remember, change begins with you. So let's be that change. Let's be the ones to shape the narrative, to write the next chapter of our nation's story. Because together, we can make a difference. Together, we can create a better, brighter future for all. However, let's not forget, this isn't just a four-state issue. It's a national concern that requires the attention and action of all, regardless of our geographical location. You see, the challenges that Texas, California, Florida, and New York are grappling with today are not confined by state lines. These issues have the potential to ripple outwards, affecting other states and the nation as a whole. Imagine you're living in a state like Arizona or Nevada, comfortably distant from the border crises and homeless population challenges. You might think, that's not my problem. But consider this. When one part of our nation struggles, it impacts us all. Whether through the redistribution of federal funds, the shifting of populations, or the changes in policy and law, we all feel the effects. Let's take a moment to think about the homeless crisis. Homelessness is not restricted to any one state. It's a nationwide issue that demands our attention. The strategies adopted by California or New York could serve as a blueprint or a cautionary tale for other states grappling with the same issue. Similarly, the approaches taken by Texas and Florida in handling migration challenges can impact immigration policies across the country. It's all interconnected. So if you're tuning in from a state we haven't mentioned, don't tune out just yet. This is your call to action. Pay attention to what's happening around you. Understand the complexities of these issues and how they're being addressed by leadership in various states. Get involved. Hold your local and state officials accountable. Advocate for policies that are humane, fair, and beneficial for all citizens. Remember, the strength of our nation lies in our unity and in our shared responsibility to look out for each other. We need to move beyond borders, beyond party lines, beyond the mindset of not in my backyard, because these issues affect us all, in one way or another. Because today it's Texas, California, Florida, and New York. Tomorrow it could be your state.